Coming up on Let It Rip Weekend, Wayne County is facing a $52 million deficit. The state is reviewing the county's finances after County Executive Warren Evans asked the state to declare a financial emergency.
Wayne County can't do it alone unless we can come to terms on a number of collective bargaining agreements.
The state's involvement could be a big setback for local unions and workers. But first, shock and grief rocked the country after 9 people were killed in a historic black church in Charleston, South Carolina. The man behind the shooting, a lone gunman who wanted to start a race war.
Let's be clear. At some point, we as a country will have to reckon with the fact that this type of mass violence does not happen in other advanced countries.
How we can prevent these mass shootings from happening in the U.S. Let It Rip starts right now.
Gun laws, racial tensions are against making headlines because of the shooting in Charleston.
Yes, and here to talk about these issues is political commentator Adolph Mongo. Next to him is, it's Rick Ector, gun advocate. He also is into gun training as well, and we appreciate you both being here today. We were just talking, this was Charleston shooting, so tragic, so horrifying, so many people stunned by this. That someone could actually go to a Bible study and then proceed to open fire in the middle of a church. But would you go as far as calling this a terror attack?
Yes, it's a terror attack. What was the Boston Marathon? A terrorist attack. Anytime you have people, 1, 2, or 3 decide that they want to kill other people because of race, religion, nationality, yes, it's a terror attack. We got homegrown terrorists, and they operate every day, whether it was that young man in South Carolina or these unidentified terrorists that shot up a birthday party last night and didn't care if it was 30 or 40 kids there. So we're being terrorized. Average people, law-abiding citizens, are being terrorized by those thugs who carry guns and who do not care how they shoot.
It seems that you can say it's terrorist. Okay, fine, it's a terrorist attack. But here's the issue, though. This guy apparently wanted to do this because of race. He wanted to eliminate the black race for whatever reason. But what's happened here, though, is that we are not seeing riots here. Is this really a racial incident or just one deranged young 21-year-old?
It's a racist, racial, whatever you want to call it. This guy draped himself in the flag of hate, the Confederate flag. Right. 4 years ago, I got mad at the NAACP for giving Kid Rock an award because Kid Rock flies that flag like it's his lifeline.
Whether it's a racist attack or whether it's hate-fueled attack, and I believe it was racist for the simple fact that he stated, okay, I came here with the express purpose of killing black people for whatever reason, whether he's crazy, racist, and or both. I think the thing that I find most disheartening is that in the aftermath of this incident, there are already people who are running up to lecterns and on the podiums to call for restrictions of freedoms from people who did not commit this offense. You know, yes, this guy committed this crime. He's entitled to his trial, innocent until proven guilty. Presumably, he will be found guilty if all the things that we're hearing in the media comes to fruition. The thing that I really find disheartening is that there is a rush to demonize the item that is used to commit these heinous acts rather than hold that person accountable. This guy committed an atrocious act. Hold him accountable.
We're going to talk about guns right now. There was no law in South Carolina that required a background check to get this gun. It was a gift by his father. That is against the law in some states.
It's against the law in South Carolina for a person to give a gun to a person who legally should not have one, and that's the case in this particular story, and it's the case in the shooting at the Newtown Elementary School.
If you want a gun, you can get a gun. My problem with these people talking about gun control, etc., we're not getting to the right point. We need to get rid of these automatic weapons. We need to get rid of a whole lot of things. But I grew up with guns in the house. We didn't mess with the guns. They were used for hunting, protection, etc. I think the rhetoric is the real reason behind these nuts that take these guns and go and shoot people.
Well, let's get to this though. What was his motivation? I mean, obviously people who knew him said there were no signs, although he had patches of the apartheid and
anytime you wearing the last Rhodesian patch,
right?
Yes, he was a racist, a bigot. He didn't like blacks, didn't like Jews, don't like Mexicans. He didn't like anybody.
Well, his motivations, I really think, is irrelevant. It's a disturbed, racist, mad person that created a heinous crime.
Flag?
Let's hold. You know what? For whatever reason, someone flying a Confederate flag is not going to make someone run out and shoot a church full of black people.
He was holding it. We saw pictures.
Okay, well, fine. That's a symbol. That's a symbol of his hate, and that he used it as a symbol of his hate to commit the crime.
Are we talking about one person here?
No, we're talking about they got about 10 hate groups in South Carolina. You ever been to South Carolina?
I have not been.
People are from South Carolina.
Yeah.
Every highway, street named after some crazy Ku Klux Klan Confederate general. They got statues of people that looked at black folks as 3/5 of a human being. They got this flag that flies where these folks, neo-Nazi skinheads, they all
Should be taken down. Rick, do you think it should be taken down? The flag in the South Carolina?
If the people of South Carolina want to take their flag down, take it down. Here's the thing. Going forward in the aftermath of this incident, we got to look at ways that we can empower people to take on a more active role in their personal protection. There is no doubt in my mind that this person, when he created the idea that he was going to go in and intentionally shoot a congregation full of black people, that he intentionally chose an area in which he knew it was unlawful for people to have guns to protect themselves.
Oh, I don't think
you might not believe that, Charlie, but it's definitely true. There's black people all over South Carolina.
There's no gun control.
I will go to a church. Absolutely.
This guy's a
no
kook.
guns. You know what?
He's a kook.
He's definitely a kook. He's a racist. But you know what? If you want to rack up a huge body count, you go to a church where people can't protect themselves.
But the bigger picture here is there a systematic racism still going on, and can we use this as an example?
Yes.
I'm not so sure we can. This is one guy who's got a disturbed mind, and we saw warning signs. We didn't take care of it.
Racism exists and it's going to exist, but what we should do is empower people.
Are you condemning the whole state?
Listen, you have it on video where the cop shot the guy in the back that was running. South Carolina is one of the most racist states in the union. Mississippi, North Carolina, and we got areas here in Michigan.
And that cop is being prosecuted too now.
Let's look at empowering people.
How many cops haven't been prosecuted?
You know what? You can scream race, and you know what? Racism exists, and you can scream and talk about racism all you want. That's not going to eradicate the evil that exists in the minds and hearts of people. If we're really concerned about protecting folks, let's empower them with taking on a more active role in their personal protection. Are you saying to get a gun? And let's get rid of these gun-free zones.
Don't have guns.
Let's empower people who are law-abiding and can pass all the background checks, who have met all the requirements, have taken the training to actually take on a role of protecting themselves, their families, and their homes, wherever they may be.
But realistically, even if everybody had a gun, it would
not
have prevented.
If you don't want a gun, you don't have to have a gun. And if you're mentally ill, you can't have a gun. If you have a criminal background record.
Are you disturbed that this guy got a gun? I don't care how he got it, but he did not have a federal background check.
He got it from his father, and in the case and that's illegal. His father should be absolutely. He definitely should be prosecuted for breaking the law, and that's what I want to speak to when people talk about we need more laws. Let's enforce the laws that we already have, and definitely prosecute that father for giving a prohibited person a firearm who used it to commit a heinous crime.
All right, there's a lot more to this conversation. We're going to continue this. Can something like this happen in Detroit? More about race and guns in America right after the break.